Welcome to a game between TroublesomeMoose. Here, starting with an engineer commander and a shieldbot factory. And here we have DirtyGunz, starting with a tank factory and a recon commander. So let's start the game. So, DirtyGunz sent in this replay. He was struggling a bit against shields here, and he would like some feedback. This is a rather flat map, so yeah, you can definitely go tanks on this map. But yeah, shield bots are still pretty good against tanks, I say, on this map. They're no slouch, so to speak, so at this level I think you can win with almost any factory. But tanks are good. I usually start tanks myself on this map. But yeah. You start with pretty economic start here. You are stalling your economy a bit, so like yeah, this con is not doing much right now. You're building a lot of things at the same time. So that's the thing. If you want to like figure out what you want to prioritize, because right now you have 10 energy income and you spend like 25 at some point, so it means that you're building at less than half your speed. Building a Lotus turret here is fine. It protects this entrance and this angle, so that's a decent Lotus turret. Depending on how good your micro is, you should have spotted that glaive. And a Kodachi should be able to run down a glaive pretty easily if you just go in. You might need to intercept it a bit, but yeah, I think it has just about enough HP to just run it down, even if the bandit is turning away. Here you're coming for a raid. You get one max, but die by the commander. Not really worth it, especially since the commander is right there and can just rebuild it. If you position your Kodachi well there, you could have positioned it here if you were paying attention. Maybe you were distracted. Then you would have just killed the max and then retreated without taking damage by the Lotus turret or the commander. And you would have killed a max. So that would have been good. Yeah, your eco is decently stable. The thing, let me just pause here a bit. The thing about when you're starting with eco is that you want to like figure out what you want to prioritize. If you want to prioritize Kodachis or like your cons. So you can set what you want on high priority. Like if you set that, for example, that Weller on high priority, it will get a Lotus turret and then that max build faster. And you can also set a commander on high priority if you want. Usually you want to focus on eco before you make units. But if the enemy comes in, maybe you want to put a factor on high priority, but otherwise you can keep it on normal priority or low priority most of the game. Because usually you want to prioritize max production and defenses expansions. And the enemy has already gone for a Felon. If you pay attention here, you should be able to see the bubble before you enter range here. So yeah, you should be able to see it and retreat, and you see, yeah. So yeah, this is something you really can't engage. You're almost in range of the Felon, but you just avoid it. If you go around here now, you can scout this Lotus turret. You probably don't want to go in against the Lotus turret. 2 Kodachis can kill a Lotus turret without taking any loss, but it's risky since the factory is close by. It depends on what the enemy is building on that. But you could also raid these pickets. They only do like 620 damage. So a full health Kodachi would survive it, and you would just kill these pickets and maybe some extras as well. So yeah, if you had gone around here, that would have been good in this situation. Yeah, and in this situation you want to avoid losing Kodachis one by one to the Felon, and you avoid that. If you want to run down it with Kodachis, you should make sure you have enough. But you could also just retreat and wait next to your Lotus turret, and when the enemy comes forward and kills a mech, then Lotus turret is going to be drained, and then you can go in with the Kodachis and maybe not lose any Kodachis and just lose like a Lotus turret or a mech. And yeah, a Felon is a big investment, 620 here. But yeah, you can see there that you let an enemy get away with a lot of expansion here. Are you going to drive into this Felon? No, you don't. Or are you? kinda a little bit. But yeah, you want to be here with your Kodachis and raiding. This Felon is not a threat, so to speak. Like, imagine before it gets down here, yeah, then it's a threat to your mechs, but you can just retreat your welder there, and you can go back, and then you can put for your commander. Your commander has 3,250 HP, and a Felon does a bit more than it does. It does like 20% more damage than its shield range, so it does about like 2,000 damage, about like. And here you go in against this Felon, and you can see here that you lose it through 3, but now it's completed drain, and if you can run it down now, you should make sure. But this Felon comes just in time to maybe save it. So, still a pretty even trade there, I'd say. Not a too bad trade, but yeah, see here that if you try to chase it down with these relatively expensive units, like Blitz and Kodachi, they're relatively expensive. They have a lot of HP, so they can tank a bit, but still, you have to sacrifice like at least one Blitz or like two, 3 Kodachis to bring the shield down, and then you can kill us. Meanwhile, you could have been over here and preventing all this expansion from going up. That would have been better than killing that Felon at that point. You can like hide behind Lotus turrets. That's fine. But yeah, you're kind of making too many Lotus turrets as well, since the enemy isn't making raiders and just Felons. You only want like to put Lotus turret at like the middle, or I mean, you can even react with Lotus turret like you do here and make them here and build it there. And then when the enemy goes in to kill your Lotus turrets, you can send in the blitzes together and kill the Felon as its lone drain. So here, let's see here. This is 5. This should be about enough to get in and kill it. Let's see. You lose 1, you lose 2, and can you follow it up? Yeah, you can see that the shield charge of the thugs are helping the Felon to recharge a bit. So you lose 3. Not all of the blitzes were full health, but yeah, now you just want to keep continuing here. And if you have good micro in this situation when it's just thugs are gonna struggle to hit the blitzes. So you can just let them skirmish here automatically. Just watch out for an incoming Felon or something. And yeah, if you're good micro and paying attention, you could like retreat this blitz to your base and repair it. But yeah, you can see that you don't take a lot of damage from these thugs. Here comes some bandits though, and yeah, you can see that your blitz still makes short work, but yeah, the low health blitz there, that's a 300 cost. If you could save that, that would be nice. But yeah, you kill all the units, you lose 1 blitz, not a big deal. And you're gonna kill all these thugs. So yeah, if the enemy overexposed their shield ball, you can see that you can pretty easily kill it with a blitz. And here we're gonna continue. Yeah, you have like 5 blitz, commander, stinger almost going up. You should probably retreat here. You're gonna get the stinger, that's pretty nice. Lose a blitz, decent trade. It was almost completed. But yeah, you're being quite careful. Like, sending a con here to expand would be nice in this situation, because the enemy is not raiding much with over here you go in and lose 1 blitz. That's what you really don't want to do against the shield ball. You don't want to lose units 1 by 1. Oh, I didn't really check here how you're balancing your eco. Oh, you have been accessing on 900 metal. That's not too good. You're stalling a bit of energy, but otherwise you're balancing your eco pretty well. But as we can see here, that the enemy is starting to out-expand you because you never raided. The thing you can do when you have Kodachis is, when enemy shield ball comes, you can go up and raid and prevent the enemy from expanding and forcing to build all the defenses. And then when the enemy is approaching you, you can just send back, oh, this is too small army, this is really bad. You might get this Felon, but you sacrificed. This is so hurting. Is it gonna survive? It survives. So yeah, you gotta be really careful. You didn't kill a single unit. Maybe you kill a bandit, but that's not anything. Not even a bandit. And you lost like 4 or 5 blitzes. Yeah, that's like 1500 metal you just lost, killing nothing. That's the thing. If the shield bar gets big, you're just gonna start losing. Stinger turret there is bad. If the enemy gets there, you're gonna lose. In most situations, you won't want to build a stinger. Like when you have an expansion like this, you don't want to have to build a stinger in the base. Maybe here would be okay, but still it's too defensive. Yeah. Yeah, so at this point, yeah, this is something if you have the attention micro, this is something you should always be doing. Look at this here. The enemy has no metal extract, no defense at all here. They were really greedy and they got away with it. So now their income is higher than you. If we look at metal use, yeah, the enemy also spent more metal than you did. And yeah, you drive into a shield ball with outlaws and you lose 2 of them. And yeah. So what do you do when you're behind against a shield ball? It's tough. It's just tough to do something when you're so far behind. Ogres are so against a shield ball. You need to like drain the felons. Once they're drained, you can get through the shield. You can jump back with the commander before it's died. It's good to go in with the commander and tank a few shots and drain the felons, because yeah, if you can like tank the shots and then just jump away with the commander, then the ogres can go in and finish off the rest of the shield ball. So you kill that, yeah, you kill that felon in the end. But yeah, against a shield ball, you probably need to repair your units as well. So yeah. Yeah, so I'm not sure what unit composition to recommend here. It depends on what the shield the player does. Like if the enemy is making a lot of rogues, then you don't probably want to make ogres. If the enemy has a shield ball, yeah, you can make minotaurs in the end, but a minotaur too early is gonna make you lose map control, and the enemy might outrage you with bandits. So it really depends on the situation. But say you have the initially, you had the right idea, you go out with Kodachis, you make Kodachis and you try to control the map, but then you stop controlling the map over here. Like the enemy could just get free expansion here, and if we look at the defenses here, this defense, even at this point in the game, the enemy has just built pickets, which are kind of bad against. They're kind of bad against Kodachis, because yeah, these pickets don't even have enough burst damage to kill one Kodachi. So one Kodachi going in here would probably kill both of them. And then you can like, yeah, this whole area is just free pickings. And then you force the enemy to build bandits, and if they're not building bandits, they're not making units for the shield ball. And if the shield ball is going here and you face it, you have a few Lotus turret, your commander is nearby. Maybe you kill a few mexes and you think you have like, you kill a few mexes, maybe you force the enemy to build defenses here. You push the enemy all the way back here and there's defenses. Yeah, now your Kodachis can just go back here. And when the enemy tries to attack your forward position, you have your commander there to face to drain the felon and then jump away with the commander once it gets low. And you have the Lotus turret as well, dealing damage. And then you go in with the Kodachis and finish off the shield ball. However, you should be wary about if you go against thugs or convicts or felons, that the Kodachis tend to burn themselves. So you probably don't want to like rely on pure damage from Kodachis against a shield wall. It depends on the situations. Like if the shield is low, you're not a lot of the shots are going to get stopped by the shield, and the shots are going to get through, and you can kill the shield wall with Kodachis. Otherwise, Blitz is fine, Ogre is fine to prevent them from pushing in once the shield wall is weak. You don't want to send in an Ogre alone against a Felon bow because it's most likely going to die. So you want to like combine your ogres with different stuff, so you drain the shield and then go in with the ogre. It takes a lot of skill and like judgment to be able to judge how many units you need to kill a shield wall. It also takes a bit of judgment to like know how much you can raid and how much you need to defend against a shield wall. So I wouldn't like go into like most units have a good yeah. You can also Minotaurs are fine against them. Blitz is fine. Kodachi is fine if you can drain the shield first, but when there's a big shield ball, yeah, you need to switch to something else like Ogres and Minotaurs. Cyclops maybe if the enemy doesn't have Racketeers out. Yeah. So yeah, try to expand more as well. You never got Raider here, and you never try to expand as well. If you can get away with it, maybe you send just a Khan here. You get these 3 mexes. Maybe a Lotus Turret here, maybe a Lotus Turret here. Try to get this max. A Lotus Turret here, yeah. And then if the enemy attacks it, yeah, they might take it. But if the shield ball is here, just killing a Lotus Turret and killing a mech, while your Kodachis are here raiding their back, yeah, you're winning. So yeah, you gotta raid more basically. Otherwise, you balance your Iki pretty well, but then you started accessing a bit, so you accessed quite a bit there in them. So yeah, make sure you have enough energy. Yeah, good luck and have fun.